Hey there, Chef D Malfi here, and welcome to Plant-Based Made Easy. It's been a minute. I've been on vacation, and I am so glad to be back. You guys, I just spent the last couple of weeks in Hawaii. I don't know if you can tell, but I am definitely a different color. I'm feeling rejuvenated, I'm feeling relaxed, and I'm feeling really excited and inspired to be back in the studio with you for another delicious recipe. Today, we're working out of our first recipe out of Plant-Based Made Easy issue number 11. I cannot believe we're on issue number 11, you guys. If you want to pick up this recipe and a copy of this cookbook with an amazing amount of seasonal recipes that are going to get you through the end of spring and summer, check out this cookbook. This is a resource for you. I created this for you in mind. I wanted to create something that was really simple and user-friendly. A cookbook that was a digital cookbook you can download right to your phone, you can bring right to the market, and you can actually shop from it. There's grocery lists, there's journal pages where you can actually reflect on your cooking, and there's 24 amazing recipes to get you through the month. Now, these resources are always available every single month, and I want you to know you can purchase them one of two ways, either as a one-off cookbook like this, or you can purchase a monthly cookbook membership to get a new cookbook delivered right to your inbox as soon as it becomes available. So check out both of the links I'm going to put right in the chat box right now in case you do want to check this cookbook out. I really recommend that you do, and please know that this actually continues the production of the show. So please consider purchasing this, and there are the links. All right, you guys, I'm excited to cook today. Thank you so much for coming and joining me in the kitchen this afternoon, this evening, or this morning, whatever time I'm finding you at. And let's get into it. Today, I'm going to help you with a little Monday motivation. I'm going to show you how to meal prep a little bit, and I'm going to talk about a little goal setting for the week to get your week starting off right. I want to set your week up for success. I want you to feel fueled and fired up in the kitchen and ready for the week ahead, all right? So let's get into it. I'm going to make a wonderful breakfast recipe for you today as we chat. Today I'm making green matcha pancakes. These are so delicious. They're so nutritious, super high in antioxidants, going to give you a little bit of a caffeine boost. They're beautiful because they're going to have a green hue to them, and they're going to be very fiber rich. But before we make our green matcha pancakes, we have to prep for our week. So I'm going to start with one of the staple recipes straight out of the cookbook. I'm going to show you how to make plant milk. Now, in this cookbook, you're going to find breakfasts, lunches, dinners, snacks, sweets, and staple recipes. And you're probably thinking, well, what is a staple recipe? It's one of these recipes you're going to make again and again. So I'm going to show you how to make plant milk, one of the most important staples, I think, of any plant-based kitchen. I would say of any kitchen in general, but this is animal product free, all right? So today I'm going to make this plant milk inside of an almond cow milk making machine. That's this machine here. But I'm also going to show you how you can actually make it manually just by using a nut milk bag. Now, if you want to make it in a nut milk bag, you're going to need a high-speed blender. And first things first, you're going to need some filtered water. I like to use cold filtered water that I filter right from the tap into a filtration system. And you're going to need some really high quality nuts. Now, I'm going to use cashew pieces. Here's what I'm going to use. These are from Almond Cow. And these are really wonderful. These are wonderful because they're USDA organic. They're glyphosate residue free. That's this one right here. That's that designation, that label. And then they're non-GMO project verified. So these are very high quality, and you're going to get a ton. This is a 3-pound bag, and this is going to be a lot less expensive than if you're going to buy just 12 ounces or 6 ounces in the market. All right. So we can actually save money when we buy in bulk. If you purchase a cookbook, you guys are going to get a discount to the nuts from Almond Cow as well as the almond milk making machine. So consider purchasing my cookbook just for that. That's a great value. All right, so I'm going to make it in the machine, and I'm going to tell you how to make it in the blender. I'm going to add to this machine some cold filtered water right to the base. Now I'm going to do the overhead so you can see, and I just add about, it comes out to about just under 5 cups right there. Now, the cool thing about this machine is that you actually also have a little filter here and a collector cup. So inside of my filter, I'm going to add my cashews, about 1/3, about 1 cup of whole cashews or cashew pieces. And I'm using cashew pieces because they're great and they blend up nicely. If you're going to do this in a blender, you want to add your water to your blender base with your cashew pieces, and you want to blend it up. But in our case, we're going to actually add a few more things right to this. So we want to make this really flavorful. One of the ways to do that is to add some flavor agents. I'm going to use 2 medjool dates, which I really love. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how to actually open these and pit them. They're really, really simple. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Dad. Let's see who else is with us. And Sophie, good to have you. All right, so I'm pitting this. I'm just going to grab the pit right from the center. Voila, right? Throw that right in. Now I'm going to do it again. Now this has a really interesting little stem here. Now some of these have this stem. I'm going to just pick it so you can see. Do you see how sharp that is? That's a perfect camera view. Thank you, camera. You want to take that off. Now most of the dates already have that removed. They're kind of removed because they fall off in packaging. But if you see one that has a stem, you have to remove it because it will cut you. It'll cut your mouth. You don't want that. So the stem and the pit for this one, and this goes right in. And then, of course, this can go into my compost. I'm going to put it on the side for now. And then I'm going to add another flavor agent. I'm going to use vanilla extract, right? This is my favorite, alcohol-free, pure vanilla extract. Why alcohol-free? Because it's more flavorful. And you're not going to waste your money on alcohol in your extract. You're actually going to get a lot more flavor and a lot more bang for your buck. Now, another thing I'm going to do a split screen. If you want this to last a couple extra days, here's a quick tip for you. Add some sea salt. Let me grab it. I love using sea salt in my milk, in my plant milks or my seed milks, because I'm telling you, it makes the milk last a few days extra. So just a little sea salt, like a little tiny pinch. I'm going to use half that. There we go. Just half that. And I don't know why, but it's a natural, it naturally preserves the milk. And so it's going to really kind of keep it fresh. All right, so that's it. Now I'm going to take the top of my almond cow, and you can see this is the top with the button here, but it also has the blade. And I'm going to take this, I'm going to just put the blade inside of the nuts, inside of this chamber here. Just kind of, you have to kind of like scoot it around, and then it will actually lock in place. And there's a little thing on the side that says open one way, close the other. This is perfect. Now, if you're going to do this in the blender, you can add your dates to the blender, your vanilla and your salt, just like this. And you want to blend it up. And in our case, I'm actually going to put the top on the bottom, and I'm going to press this one little baby light. There's one button. That's what makes this machine so cool. And it's right underneath the almond cow. And this is going to go through 3 cycles. All right, so let's do that. Uh-oh. Pause. Try it again. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O, what's going on? What's happening? I see your question, Alex. Yes, does matcha have caffeine? I will mention it. I think it definitely has caffeine. Hold on, let's run through this. All right. Gonna need a jug. Cool, it's gonna go through 3 cycles. All right, one more cycle. And yes, I just looked it up. Matcha does have caffeine, about 1/3 that of the amount that is in coffee. Good to know. Okay, this is done. It goes through 3 cycles, and I'm going to just remove the top. And this is the cool part. You got this collector cup. This is like so indispensable. This is going to sit right here, and it's going to collect any drippings or milk that comes out. Now, I have the perfect amount of plant milk. Now, this happens to be cashew plant milk. You can make this with any nuts or seeds, though. Almonds, walnuts, poppy seed, pistachios, chia seed, hemp seed. It doesn't matter. But look at this, all right? I'm going to do an overhead and a front view so you can see. First of all, let me just show you the foam. Do you see the foam? Okay, yum. Now watch this. I'm going to pour it in. This stuff is so delicious. It's creamy. It's very similar to a full-fat cow's milk. I think cashew milk is the most comparable by far. And I need a cup for my recipe. So I'm just going to grab a cup now. Perfect. And I like to store mine in sterilized glass jars. You can get these on my Amazon storefront, as well as any of the other products. You'll see the cooking equipment, all of the studio materials here, all on my Amazon storefront, you guys. But here we go. Delicious plant milk made right for you in a matter of moments, all right? Now, this is meal prepping at its best. This is going to get you through the week. You can use this for everything, for smoothies, for actually drinking, for cereal. You can use it for all of your baking needs, all of your cooking needs. It will thicken up really nice if you want to make a creamy Alfredo sauce. It's really great. So I'm going to pop this in the refrigerator. And now let's make our green matcha pancakes. I'm so stoked for this. All right, first things first, let's actually make the wet ingredients. Now we need to make some buttermilk. So in my bowl here, I'm going to add 1 cup of our plant milk. To this, I'm going to add half of a lemon. All right. Now, this is a really cool trick. People think, oh, you can't actually have delicious buttermilk if you're not using cow's milk, but it's not true. You totally can. Plant milk will actually curdle just like animal milk. All right. So we want to take a lemon cheek. I call it a lemon cheek because it looks like a cheek. Looks like my cheek. And I'm just going to squeeze it in. And you're probably thinking, oh, it's probably going to be a lot of lemon juice, but we need that. We want that acidic. We want that curdling to occur. We want that acidic flavor is what I'm trying to say. Get your words out, D. All right, cool. So we've got this. Now, in a matter of moments, it's going to start to curdle. I'm going to show you just already. It happens very, very quickly. All right. My light's a little bit weird today, but it does look nice and curdled. I'm going to let this sit just for a second on the side. And now let's make the dry ingredients. All right, so the dry mix, very simple. I'm going to use 1 cup of my favorite flour, whole wheat flour, okay? This is good stuff. This is super high in protein and in fiber. I love whole wheat flour way better than all-purpose flour because it's going to give you a nutty flavor. It's going to give you more fiber, and it really is going to be a more flavorful, I think, flour recipe. Now, this does contain flour flavor. This does contain gluten. So if you need a gluten-free flour, go ahead and use your favorite gluten-free flour. You can make your own with potato starch, rice flour, and a couple other ingredients if you want. Sometimes people add coconut flour and almond flour. You can look up your favorite recipe, or you can buy gluten-free flour in market now, which is really easy to find. All right, I'm also going to add a couple tablespoons of regular sugar. This is unbleached sugar, 2 tablespoons or so, and then a tablespoon of baking powder. All right, this is going to be the leavening agent. And then last but certainly not least, we need our matcha. Now, matcha is this green powder. I absolutely love matcha. Now, I'm going to show you where I get mine. I get mine at the market, usually Thrive Market, and it comes in a little pouch like this. And it's awesome. Matcha is an uplifting, vibrant, Japanese caffeinated green tea. And it actually is the green tea leaves that are harvested when they're very young and then ground into a fine powder. And I'm going to show you what it looks like in the bag. It's this really great, beautiful, earthy smelling and tasting powder. Now, I love a matcha latte in the morning. I stopped drinking caffeine many years ago, like 10 years ago, and I really have started to incorporate little bits of caffeine into my diet, and matcha is a really great substitute because it's going to be much lower caffeine with much higher antioxidants. So I'm going to add about a tablespoon of the matcha right to my pancake dry mix. And the cool thing about matcha is that you can actually use it for lots of different things, not just for drinking in like a latte or tea, but you can also add it to all of your baked goods. You can actually make salad dressings and marinades with matcha. I've done matcha popcorn before. You guys can check out that recipe and the video here on YouTube or Facebook. It's really versatile. And I love it. I love it because it adds a really wonderful flavor. And you get a nice green color. This looks great. All right, so this is looking perfect. Now I need to just make some room for to combine everything and to make sure that my pancake griddle is nice and hot. Ooh, it is. This is looking great. Yeah, Candace, I'm cool, calm, and collected. Absolutely. I bet you are too. Awesome. All right, so listen, I'm just going to make sure that I have everything going to refer. All right, so I need to make sure that I add my vanilla extract. I'm going to add a little bit more vanilla extract to my milk and everything else I have. So coming back to the milk, move my cookbooks aside, I'm going to add a little bit more of this. Now, if you wanted to use a little almond extract or orange extract, which would be fantastic with matcha, you can go ahead and do that. I'm also going to use a little bit of sea salt. I think it's delicious. And again, sea salt is going to emphasize any flavor. So I'm going to add this to my milk as well. Perfect. All right, now it's time to combine the wet ingredients with the dry ingredients. So I'm going to just make sure I can see that this is nice and curdled. This looks fantastic. And I think, how are we going to do this? You know, I think I'm going to add dry right to here because it's a bigger bowl. So add my dry mix. Now, really important, when we are making quick breads, that's things like muffins and waffles and scones and biscuits and pancakes. These are all quick breads. You really want to make sure that you do not develop the protein element in the wheat, the flour, okay? We really want to fold the flour and the flour mixture into the wet ingredients. We do not want to over mix. When you over mix quick breads, it tends to make the quick bread itself rubbery. Have you ever baked something that tasted a little bit rubbery? The texture was rubbery. That's because you've over mixed it. And you really want to make sure not to do that when you're using regular gluten-rich flour. So that's wheat flour, okay? So just mix it up until it comes together and then stop. Yeah? Yeah, Jennifer, you can use almond flour, but I have to tell you, almond flour doesn't actually perform with baking powder in the same way. So it's not going to be as puffy, and it's certainly not going to be as chewy and delicious because almonds are not going to contain the amount of protein that is inside of the wheat. All right. The wheat flour is going to give you that really nice puffy pancake feel, but you can use almond flour. Just know the texture is going to be a little different. All right. Good question. All right, cool. I'm going to now make up some pancakes. Let me just throw them right on my skillet here. Make some room. Perfect. Oh, I forgot to mention that the nut milk, when you're done, after you've blended it, you actually run it, if you're not going to make it in the almond cow, run it through the nut milk bag and then squeeze it out into a container or jar, and you've got yourself milk. Now, this is manual labor. I'm telling you, the almond cow is what you want. It's so easy to use. All right, so now I need a little bit of butter because I want to make sure that my skillet is nice and greased. You can use pancake grease. You can use anything that you want. I like Miyoko's butter, you guys. Are you guys into Miyoko's? Let's talk about it. Talk about a wonderful staple for your kitchen, especially for your plant-based or vegan kitchen. Miyoko's is where it's at. I'm going to show you the box here. This you can buy at any retailer, usually in the United States, Costco, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's. This is Miyoko's butter. It is cultured vegan butter. It is made from coconut and cashew. It is phenomenal. All right. So check that out. That's my best substitute for regular butter. It's going to taste like and perform just like regular butter. Can you guys see this? Some people don't believe me that it performs like butter. It browns even. It's all brown butter. It's so good. All right, so I'm just going to add my pancakes right to my griddle. And you guys, this griddle is awesome. If you want to check it out, again, it's on my Amazon storefront. I'm telling you because it's actually a pizza oven. So it's really cool. But you can actually also use it for burgers. I love to make sliders on this. Obviously quesadillas, things like that. But pancakes, it's really good for pancakes because it opens up completely wide. And I love how puffy and delicious these pancakes are because I love using whole wheat flour, but truly they're going to be delicious with any flour that you use because of that matcha. The matcha is really where the flavor's at, and it's going to make this really delicious. I love the green color too. Can you kind of see the green hue? It's nice. That one needs a little bit more. I think this is perfect. All right. What do they say? Now we're cooking with grease. Now we're cooking with Miyoko's. All right, cool. This is awesome. This is going to be done in just a matter of moments. Let me just clean my hands up. Hi, Mom. Mom is back in the house. All right. Jennifer says, I have coconut and almond vegan butter. Yeah, cool. You can use coconut oil too. Thanks for reminding me, Jennifer. I think it's really important to note you can absolutely use coconut oil as a wonderful kind of grease for your skillet or your pan. You can also do this in a pan, no problem whatsoever. I just like to do it on an open skillet so that I can kind of have it all done at once. You know what I mean? Like sometimes when you make pancakes, it's really nice in the morning, especially if you're going to have make these for family or friends. If you're making them for more than just one person, it's nice to be able to lay all your pancakes down and then flip them and, finish them off at the same time so that everyone can eat together. There's nothing worse, I think, than like having people over or preparing food for your family and then everything is coming out at different times. So everyone's kind of eating at different times. I don't like that. If I'm putting the effort into, creating the meal, I would love to sit down with y'all and have the meal together, right? Like actually enjoy it. So this is looking really great. I now want to just check to see when is it appropriate to actually flip my pancakes. So I'm going to do a solo layout and I'm just going to see, okay, I'm looking for a couple things. I'm looking for bubbles all around the outer surface, which I can see are happening right here. So I'm going to flip this, and the color. I really want the color to be nice golden brown on one side, and this is going to make it really delicious. Now you guys can see, I don't really care the shape as much, all right? So this is plant-based made easy. This is not, refined cooking. This is making food and cooking fun and approachable again, because that's how you're going to set yourself up for success. So don't worry about the shape. You definitely just want to get your pancakes on your griddle and get them cooked, right? It's more important to have a meal than to make it look perfect. I'm telling you, it's more important that it tastes tastes good than it actually looks perfect, right? Oh, this looks so good. All right, so this is working hard. I think these are going to need to flip here in a second. These are great as well. It's a term in the kitchen. Working hard means it's like it's working. You guys, I had the best time in Hawaii. I just have to say, can I just take a second as these finish up? Like Hawaii, right? Like the most amazing vacation probably I've ever been on, for sure. I visited Oahu. I've never been. That's not true. I went to the island of Oahu one time when I was like 3 or 4 with my dad. Right, Dad? Didn't we go, me, you, Ange, and Rosie, when we were really young? But I don't remember it much. All I remember is there was an eclipse when I was like 3 or 4 when we went. But anyway, I just went to Oahu, and it was incredible. Honolulu, the city of Honolulu is unbelievable. It's metropolitan. It's totally multi-culti. Everyone from everywhere is in Honolulu. And it was really nice to be back in like the world again, right? Around people. And everyone was very respectful. Everyone wore masks. The flights were easy. The aloha spirit was alive. It was like, if you guys need to rest up and rejuvenate and get your mind straight again, go and visit Honolulu. I'm telling you, that's the place to be. It was so awesome. I'm really sad actually to be back at home, because I spent every single day just floating in the ocean. It was amazing. No, but I'm excited to be back here doing the show with you guys. I just wanted to tell you though, it was really a very important trip for me. So thank you for all your love on social media while I was there. I really appreciated staying connected with everyone. All right, cool. So these pancakes are done. I think it's really time to plate and to make sure that they're exactly how we want them with all of our garnishes. For me, I really like butter and maple syrup, super simple, but I also really want to add some red walnuts. These come from Melissa's Produce, and I want to thank Melissa's Produce because they're our produce sponsor for this Plant-Based Made Easy show. I'm going to just top off a few red walnuts because I think the combo of color is going to be great. Okay, I'm going to grab a pancake or two. I think this one's done, and this one's done. That one needs more time. Nah, it's perfect. It's great. Ouch. There, that looks pretty. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of butter here. I'm going to add a few of these red walnuts just because it's fun and the color is nice and they're so tasty. And then some maple syrup. You can't even see it. There we go. And then, of course, maple. You've got to finish it with a little maple. Yum. Right? There you have it, you guys. Green matcha pancakes ready for your belly. Yum. These look so good. I have to take a bite. I'm coming back. And I need a fork and a knife. Whew, I'm hungry. Have not eaten. I was waiting for this. I knew this recipe was coming up. I'm so excited. This is the first recipe out of cookbook issue number 11. And before I taste, I just want to give this food a little gratitude. Thank you, food. And thank you, God. Here we go. I'm going to make the perfect bite. A little walnut, a little matcha pancake, some butter. Oh, cheers. Oh, yes. Oh man, the flavor of the matcha for the win. Hmm. I was hanging out with a new friend in Honolulu and I was like, do you like matcha? And he was like, I don't even know what that is. This is for you. This is matcha. You guys check it out. This stuff is so good. I love the flavor. It's very earthy. It's sweet. It's so good. You guys make this recipe. I promise you're going to love it just as much as I did, probably even more. I know that you're going to make this again and again. There's something really special about making wholesome, whole food that just from real ingredients, things that really are going to serve our body well. So thank you so much for joining me today. Please come back for more, you guys. I'm going to be doing a lot of recipes this week because I'm going to have an amazing company in the house, Convert Kits, coming into the studio to actually do a documentary on Plant-Based Made Easy. So I'm really excited to feature more recipes with them. And for you this week, I think I'm going to be featuring a couple really interesting things. Barbecue chickpea salad is on the works. And then I'm going to keep the last thing a little bit secret. But you guys come back, please. And if you have any questions along the way, post them in the comment box because this will be here forever. This content is evergreen. And if you do watch it, please put hashtag replay so I know you're watching the replay. Thank you so much. There's a quick question here. Do you think I can make this recipe and freeze it? Will it reheat well? Absolutely. I think that it's a really, really good recipe. If you want something that's really hearty, a pancake recipe that will freeze well, it's this recipe. So try this. What you want to do though is just cool the pancakes before you freeze them or else you're going to get ice crystals inside. All right. So I hope that was helpful. You guys check out this cookbook, Plant-Based Made Easy, issue number 11, hot off the press and ready for you guys. I hope that you enjoy it. The links to download this cookbook are right in the comment box and I will see you next time. Peace.